Jim Broadbent. Producer Georgina Love. And Mike Lee.
Let me begin, if I may. Leslie, Jim, and Ruth, you've all worked with Mike over the years and in leading roles. The last couple of films that we've had, say, You're Drake or Happy Go Lucky, were with people who I think have not really been in lead roles in Mike's films before, Nova Staunton and Sally Hawkins. I'm wondering what has changed over the years in terms of the working method? How, in a certain way, has your relationship or the time on the set really changed in the years you've been working?
I don't think it really has changed over the years. It's a matter, I suppose, of how much time you have to make a film, as opposed to in the early days when Mike was making films for the BBC and Channel 4. So there's more time now, but really the way in which we work together and collaborate and create the film hasn't really changed.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. The basic structure remains very much the same. I suppose that there is a change in as much as we've done it quite a few times before, and none more than Leslie. She's done them most. But so the process isn't a sort of voyage of discovery as it was in the early days. So you know what is going to, you know how it's going to unfold technically, so that changes, but the actual way of working it's very consistent.
So,
well, I think the main thing is that we're all older.
I'm not old now.
They do sometimes take a bit longer to remember, but you know, the process is the same. You know, we've always done.
I thought you were going to say we're older and wiser and we've been more depth and life experience, which I think is possibly maybe largely true. I don't know.
It does say, as we're older, the filling in the backstory to all the characters takes a lot longer. When we were in the first of my I was in my 20s, I think, so the character obviously was in his 20s as well, so it didn't take long to fill into it. When you get to 60, to go on for quite a long time.
What was the germ of the film, you could say? Did you immediately start with the relationship between Leslie's character and Jim and Ruth's characters, or was it sort of broader than that?
Well, the actual, there were two questions there. Obviously, the actual journey of the venture is about, there isn't, I can never talk about a journey, because these films, and this film is no exception, come out of ongoing preoccupation at various times. Apart from anything else, as far as I'm concerned, having made Happy Go Lucky, which focuses for the most part on youngish people, I just felt as though I wanted to start from where we are. It's about a lot of things, this film, and it's very hard to talk about in the simpler way as that. But it comes from the joy and pain of life as one has experienced it, really. As to the actual mechanical second part of the question, because logically no. Mary's relationship with Tom and Jerry is obviously something that happens much later in their history. So in fact, the chronology is always logical. We actually started with Tom's relationship with his brother, Ronnie. And the first actor I started working with at all was Ronnie, because he's some years older. So it follows the logic of their lives. Thus Mary entered their lives quite a bit further down the line. But while we were being developed, Leslie and I were inventing this horrendous life that Mary was having.